social media posting. This is going to just talk about a post, and we're just going to get into like some of the things that I do personally on a post that receive a lot of feedback and engagement. So this is something that you can do on Facebook or Instagram. All right. The biggest thing that I have to say right off the bat is that what we always should be doing is engaging for 5 minutes before we post. Engage for 5 minutes before we post. What this does, Facebook has algorithms. We don't need to know. I don't know what they are. I just know that this is something that basically primes the tank, gets it going, gets the juices flowing. And so what it is 5 minutes of engagement. Again, like I was saying with the comments, like it doesn't need to be thought out. I use so many emojis to just like convey my feelings to everybody. Like people probably think I'm a cartoon character, okay? Like all I do is like heart, 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 like, love, 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 smiley face, heart, hands together, preach thing, like whatever, it doesn't matter, okay? Like what we want to do is just prime the tank. So what I'll typically do is like I'll go to the stories up top, and I can watch them. If they're interesting, fine. But I'm busy. I'm doing stuff. I'm doing my daily method of operations. I want to get this post done and get back to the things that I really love to, hang out with my friends and like go to this new place or whatever. And so I'll go through the stories, heart, 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 swipe, next story, heart, 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 and it's like that's all we need to do. Reach out to do that for 5 minutes. If you're doing it for more than 5 minutes, you're wasting time. It does not matter. And like what this does is it will start to prime everybody. So like Facebook knows that you're engaging with people. Great, this dude, awesome, sweet. So that when you post, more eyes go onto your stuff because you have engaged and you have told Facebook that you're an active person. So 5 minutes of engagement is huge. Okay. Now for the post. The post, we'll go like this. Videos get the most engagement. Posts with pictures are the next, and then if you just do text, that's like the third level down. So like if you have video and then picture and then text. So ultimately we would love to do videos. If we do a live, that can be a whole different training that I can do, but doing videos or live, and then what I'll talk about is actually just doing a post with a picture, okay? So first of all, I'll talk about an app that I use. It is called VSCO. VSCO. It's an app where you upload a photo into there, you add a filter, make it look cool, and then you save it. And so I can talk more and do a training on VSCO, not tonight, and show you just like how simple that is. I use the same exact filter for all my photos, so it just like kind of has a consistency on my Instagram and my Facebook page. It's a filter that I use. I can go into that. It's super simple. So I'll use that to make my pictures look more crisp, make them just like pop a little bit more, a lot more eye-catching, and on Instagram having that flow of them looking the same with the colors and all that kind of stuff. That is what I do on there. Okay. The next part, what a lot of people have questions on, hashtags. Okay, hashtags, again, are just ways for people that are interested in what you got going on to find your posts. So on Facebook, I don't go crazy with hashtags. I'll maybe do 3 to 5 hashtags, and I won't have them be super specific. I have them on Facebook mainly to just, again, to that algorithm, just to get it going. So like hashtag great day, hashtag love what I got going on, like hashtag, friends and family, hashtag inspiration, hashtag, whatever. I'll just like, it just doesn't really, hashtag having the best day of my life, it's so great, I love it, like whatever, it doesn't matter. So on Facebook, I don't think it matters as much. It gets an added little bump to your post that you have hashtags on it, okay? So like 3 to 5 on there is what I'll say. On Instagram, you can have up to 30, okay? And so what we do on Instagram, we have our picture. When you write your caption, you have your words, and then in that same, you'll like put some space, or right underneath your words, you'll put all your hashtags. People say to put, just do it that way. I'll just say that because it all just is locked in together, and those hashtags are then associated with your picture. Some people put it in the comments, but just keep it in your caption because it's associated with your picture at that point. So you can do up to 30. Now this is a little bit different. Instagram, people are searching hashtags just like we were talking about the groups, Facebook groups, so it's on a specific topic. So you want them to be related to what you have going on. So I have a standard set of 30 that I always put on. It's the same ones every single time on every single Instagram post. Maybe I should change them up. I don't know. It doesn't really bother me. So I have the same exact ones. And what I did on there is I went to the Google machine and I said, how Google best hashtags Instagram hashtag generator, like whatever. You can Google it. And there's a website where you can type in dogs and it'll give you the top 500 or top 100 hashtags for dogs that people like to use. And it's like, you know, you can search like on these websites. It'll do most relevant or do the most popular or do there's so many resources on there. So just Google how do I use hashtags on Instagram? Which ones do I use? And so that is going to be up to 30. Have them be related to what you got going on. I use all the same exact ones, so I don't have to think about it, and that's the same ones that I do every single time. So that's hashtags. Third aspect that I want to get into is the authenticity portion of it, and this has been a big one for me, okay? Authenticity. Less is more on your posts, or on the flip side, like I'll just sometimes write a novel, like where I'm really just like sharing a whole bunch like of my personal story or a vulnerability or whatever, or just, it doesn't matter what it is. So less is more. Keep it short, keep it super tight, or you know, you can have a drawn out kind of like a blog entry type thing or whatever. Anything that's like really in the middle of that, like multiple paragraphs and things, it's just people aren't going to necessarily read it, right? Like they might, but not really. Like if they see the picture, the video, they just want that headline kind of caption, like, oh man, I'm not even going to get into like what they could be, because I can't do that right now, and I can do a training on that at a different time. Or it's a novel, okay? But authenticity is the big portion of this. You know, not telling people what to do, telling our story. People want to know us. They're buying things from people, not the company. Like, they're buying it from us. So authenticity is the biggest portion of it. And then this is the big thing that I'm working on personally, is after you've done that, that's your post. Boom. Picture, caption, hashtag, authenticity. Great. Bam. We don't just leave. We don't just go away. We stay there. And we wait for people to comment. And if people comment, we comment back. We like what they say. Oh, thanks. Or, like I do, hearts, smiley faces. Like, I don't have to say anything back. Like, like, just go with it. But what this does, just as we spent the 5 minutes engaging before, the 5 minute, or I'm not even going to timeline, but afterwards, if we're just kind of being cognizant of the comments coming in, we stay and engage with them as they come up. You don't have to be sitting at your phone waiting for people to like, oh my gosh, like, why isn't anybody commenting? But if you notice a notification or check it, you know, after 15 minutes or after 20 minutes or every half hour or whatever, but just go back in, like, and comment on what people comment on. It is rude to not comment back. People took the time out of their day to read your life. It is your responsibility to make them heard. That's it. It is your responsibility to like and to comment. It would be rude not to do that, because they are taking the time to care about you. And so that is one thing that I have been ingraining in my head, Major League, is to go back and comment on everything. Okay? And what this also does is it gets more eyes onto your post, which is ultimately what we want. And so that is a social media post, and that is, again, both Facebook and Instagram.